Hello, everybody. We are now just a few days away from the Cannes 25, the most anticipated global celebration of creativity and innovation. The timing also marks a significant milestone for Dheeraj Sinha, who is with us today, where he's been leading FCB India as its captain for over a year. Through this conversation, I would be very keen to hear his thoughts on what the team hopes to achieve at the festival, the kind of work that really excites him, and how he views India's growing creative presence in international forums like the Cannes. On that note, we welcome you, Mr. Sinha.
Great to be here, Soumya.
So, Dheeraj, we do realize that you have a titanium shortlist. As for now, how are you really expecting the overall creative pulse of the Cannes 25 to unfold for the agency and the overall Indian ad market? Also, compared to the previous years, are you noticing any significant shifts in terms of, the storytelling formats or themes or even the cultural narratives for that matter?
Yeah. So I think we try and approach Can with great amount of equanimity, right? As I've said before at multiple forums, we don't engineer the agency or the system for Can, right? Having said that, everybody loves to win, right? Who doesn't want to win at Can? So we are glad that a couple of our cases are in the play at Can. There's a titanium shortlist, and we'll see how it plays out. Right. So that's about our performance at Can. I'm in fact glad that all the work we've been doing for last about 15, 18 months at FCB, we have a great body of work coming out of the agency. For me, that's the part of joy, right? Whether you look at the work we've done on brands such as Adidas, Uber, work on the railways, work on Mahindra and Mahindra, uh, right? On Amul, everyday work, on Navbharat Times, uh, across other, say, the work which is coming out of Connect on 2 on the Flipkart sale. So as a body of work from the group, right, there's work which we are proud of, work which reflects the kind of work FCB wants to do.
Sure.
And I'm very, very happy about that. Some of that work is being entered in awards. Some of that work won at Goa Fest. Some of work is going to Cannes. So that's my perspective on the body of work, creativity, and awards from FCB India perspective. Yeah. Cannes to me is not just an award show, it's also a celebration of the business and the industry, which is much required because every other day you get a headline of some brand is being killed or somebody is writing the obituary for our business. So it's important that the industry comes together, has the energy, discusses what's right, discusses what's not right, right, and we all come back inspired to take the industry forward. So for me, Can is about those conversations, those themes, connecting with your peers from around the world, with your seniors, your mentors, colleagues, the energy of the whole city and the industry. So, and of course, the award. But Can is not just award. That's my perspective on Can. I feel I feel this year at Can, again there'll be polarization between the whole idea of how tech is leading or not leading our business. Will AI actually kill creativity or enhance creativity? And at the same time, you will see so many ideas which are so beautiful. Either there's a piece of craft in it, or there's a piece of insight in it, or there's a piece of idea in it, which again restates your faith and love back into the work we do, into the business that we are in. That creativity is so beautiful. It can be used to solve for a large problem, which solve for a scale, like say the work we are doing on railways, etc., or a very clever packaging idea, or a very smart design idea, or a very cute data-led conversation. So I think there'll be tech-led ideas, there'll be AI conversations, but at the same time, what will float up in the entire body of work and conversation is the power of creativity, with or without any of it.
100%. I think we will all agree to that. So, taking
Yeah,
cue from this answer, as we all realize that AI and tech-driven creativity have emerged to be, major talking points, especially at the Cannes
yeah,
Lions recent years. Do you really believe that technology is enhancing the overall creative process or really diluting the human originality? This is part one. Part two, how should agencies really, approach this intersection to come out with more beautifully creative ideas, as we may say?
Yeah, yeah. I think, the reason I'm excited about this industry still is because, the palette of what we can use today is so rich, right? You can solve a problem today using a piece of data. You can solve a problem today using a piece of technology. You can solve a problem today through sheer ingenuity. You can come up with a product idea. You can come with an idea which changes the system, right? And therefore, the idea of creativity has evolved so beautifully from just being about a clever line or a film or a print idea or an outdoor to solving problems, to being able to make impact which goes beyond just advertising. So that's my joy of where creativity is today. And therefore, I have always seen data, technology, AI as a friend of creativity, as a tool which enhances our ability, right? And I mean, a movie like Avatar would not have been possible if technology did not allow underwater cameras, right? So I feel tech actually allows you to create beautiful things. It allows you to do things that you were not able to do before. So I'm never afraid of technology. I'm always welcoming of it. I love it, enjoy it, and even in my agency, we ask everyone to embrace tech. At the same time, be aware of the role of technology. Technology is not an idea. It's a mechanism which helps you execute something that you were not able to execute earlier.
Correct. Absolutely. I agree. On that note, Dheeraj, can you help me understand what are some of the biggest challenges that still loom around these Indian agencies in creating globally resonant works without losing their cultural authenticity?
Yeah, I think we should also give credit where it's due. If you look at the body of ideas coming out of India and Indian agencies, then I'm not commenting on how India will do at Cannes this year or how did it do last year. I mean, you'll have a good year, you'll have a bad year, and that to my mind doesn't really matter, right? I think we should look at the trajectory of the industry on an overall basis, on how the industry is changing and doing. I mean, some really amazing, groundbreaking global ideas are getting produced out of the country. I mean, if you look at the film craft in the country, it's gone really, really up. If you look at the kind of solutions that are being done by various agencies, there might be network agencies, there might be indie agencies, they're absolutely fantastic. So I'm really excited about where India is in terms of the ideas which we are generating. And about last 2, 3 years, even at Cannes, there's been great conversation about India, right? In terms of how Indian work is being seen, how it's winning, how it's breaking new grounds, new barriers of originality, and so on and so forth. I think classically we were in this zone that the world doesn't understand the cultural nuances of India and they don't get it and so on and so forth. I think we've crossed that barrier as well. I think people are keen to understand the cultural context of the ideas. They're keen to understand where it's coming from. In fact, people are hungrier because more and more ideas are looking same and similar. They're hungrier to ideas which come from a culture context such as India and solves for a billion people. Right, and a lot of our past work from my previous assignment, which one came from that zone. So I'm very, very bullish on the India narrative on the global stage, and very happy about the body of work that across agencies is coming out.
Awesome. Dheeraj, as you just mentioned, that Canline is or has become a mirror to cultural zeitgeists. What
Yeah.
local social political undercurrents do you really think are reflected in this year's shortlisted campaigns?
I think my sense is that the political influences, or in some cases disturbances, right, they become belittled or they become smaller in the face of the creativity and the power of creativity and the joy that creativity can bring. When you see that at a festival like Cannes Lions, right, you realize that, oh my God. I mean, I remember last year, for example, the lives were happening in the context where there was an Ukraine and Russia war happening, right? And There was Zelensky coming and speaking and so on and so forth. But there was that happening at one level and it was making everybody sad. And there were some beautiful, brilliant ideas being created at the other level, which was everybody realized that the power of human potential and the power of creativity is any day higher than the disturbances that can get created.
True.
Right. So my sense is that on creativity, on can lands, on ideas which are getting celebrated, it's not so much about socio-political disturbances or context, about how creativity is building hope, utility, gratitude for people. You're building a piece of tech that somebody's using and saying, "Thank you, I wanted to use that." And that's where you say, "Wow, we are doing something worth the while and meaningful."
Sure, sure. Okay, so taking cue from one of your answers, you mentioned that several Indian entries are leaning towards, social impact storytelling. What, in your opinion, should agencies do in order to strike a balance between purpose-driven narratives and even brand impact without, really falling into the cliches?
Yeah, I think the agency work creativity has to take the color of the problem you're solving. I don't think, I mean, I don't build an agency to say agency should have a point of view. We should be colorless. A doctor doesn't have a point of view on what he or she prescribes or his or her treatment. I'm sorry, it's a morbid example, but you treat the problem to the best of what it needs to be solved for. So if the problem needs a purpose, we'll build a purpose. If the problem needs something very quirky and funny, we'll do something funny and quirky. If the problem needs a technology to solve it, we use a technology. We cannot Agencies cannot go out with one hammer and say that I will find a nail and put that nail in. That doesn't work, right? So the agency has to have a palette of work. That's what we are equipped with. We are equipped with creative solutions. We are equipped with different kind of creative hats. We are equipped with different tools that we have to solve problems. Then you do what is right for the problem to be solved. I mean, when I'm building an agency culture, I'm not building it to have any color of what's the kind of work we do. The color is of the problem that we're solving.
Very well said. Very well said. Okay. So, Dheeraj, given your experience and expertise, I do realize that you're also contending this year, but given your experience and expertise, what would be your advice to young Indian creatives aspiring to make a mark at the can line? Are there any specific qualities or mindsets that you believe are essential in today's rapidly changing, creative landscape?
I mean, the suggestions or the advice is all that I give to my agency as well. One is be very, very curious from a global perspective, right? Be fascinated about the ideas that people are creating. Be jealous about it. Be curious about it. Go out and seek ideas. Every morning I wake up and I look at some idea and I'll either message them or call them or send it to one of my colleagues. Look at how amazingly they thought about it. So be continuously curious about everything people are doing world over, not just in India, world over, right? So see the world as your oyster and see the world also as your competition, right? So when you build that healthy sense of competitiveness, right, and also enjoying a great piece of work, not always being jealous of it or shooting it down, because it takes so much hard work to put any idea out there, right? So I'm never judgmental of any idea which comes out, no matter where it comes out. So that be one. So have a global perspective, be curious, right? And second is be authentic, right? I mean, be true to the problem that you're solving, be true to the task at hand, be true to the brand that you're solving it for, right? So if you are a combination of global curiosity and authenticity to the context of the problem and the brand and the opportunity, I think you will always win.
All right. Before I ask you your favorite your personal favorite campaign from this year's Canline, I'm going to take the liberty of telling you my favorite campaign out of the submissions that you've made. I really like the
Yeah,
2 year campaign. I think it was very well thought and very well executed. So
yeah.
I absolutely loved the
Thank
idea.
you.
I was watching
Thank
the
you.
today only. Now, would
Yeah.
you want to tell us your personal favorite campaign, Indian or global? And was there any piece of work that really made you stop, reflect, and even feel something very deeply?
So lot of ideas, in fact, right? I mean, from say the global FCB setup, the caption with with the intent idea, for example, is absolutely fantastic. Right, it was at the Academy Awards, and it won there. Right, our own work on say Lucky Yatra, Uber One, Tuyam is looking very interesting. From India, say the Britannia outdoor piece is looking very interesting. So there's a huge body of work that I'm really excited about. There's a Mastercard life donor work from Momentum Global, which is looking very interesting. So there's a large body of work. I mean, in fact, there's a lot of body of work that I'm excited about, and that again makes me feel energized and feel that this is a great industry, despite all the headlines which hits you every morning. It just reignites my faith in the business that we are in.
I think this is the precise reason why all of us are connected with this industry. It is the industry
Yes.
that really pulls us in, and we're
Yeah.
all guilty of getting pulled inside. So, on that note,
Right.
I'm going to wish you all the best.